have a confession to make. In my last episode on the server, I built this really cute starter house, and I think it looks really nice. However, my inventory and my chests, well, they could be better. I know, it's bad. I don't even know how I let it get to this point, but this will not do. I, the queen bee, can no longer live under said circumstances. Hello everybody, I'm Stellar Eclipse, and welcome back to Interstellar SMP. We're back here in our beautiful kingdom, and oh, do we have some plans for today. Starting off with our issue on hand, we have to deal with this. This will absolutely not do, but luckily for us, we have a brand new starter base with plenty of room. So I'm thinking we can find a section here to put all our stuff in. Well, that will require plenty of chests, which fortunate for us, we do have that. So let's go ahead and grab that real quick, and let's try and get something set up there. Oh my, this looks way worse than I remember leaving it. Okay, yeah, let's get this over with. Alright, everything is nicely organized and tucked away. Obviously, as we gain more items, we are going to be needing some more space, so I'm thinking it might be smart to make a storage room eventually. But that's a concern for the future because we have some things to do today. We've already started off by doing the storage area, but since we're on the topic of the interior of the base, I think we should finish up the rest of it. It's looking a bit bare, and it's actually quite embarrassing to say, but I didn't do the interior of my Season 1 base, so I kind of want to redeem myself here. Like, come on, I'm better than this. I can do this. And now that we have our storage room all organized, we can see what we can reuse from previous builds. We can start off by moving our bed because we have been sleeping outside forever, and I think it's time we get a proper bedroom set up. Due to the limited space, it's going to be a small bedroom because I want this to be the kitchen. So upstairs, we have this tiny space here to work with. It's not a lot, I know, but I'm thinking eventually when we get all this moved, maybe we can redo it. So here's something simple, just a little bed, a flower pot, a lantern. It's simple, it works, and we can always add to it later. Another really cute thing that I saw online is we can do this and that. Look how cute that looks. I love it. Whoever came up with it is a genius. Now we gotta worry about the kitchen. This part should be rather easy because it's gonna be mostly wood. Okay, we'll start off simple with a sink. Here, I'm thinking we're going to do an oven. I'm using campfires underneath the furnaces, and then I'm going to do some hoppers up here just to block the smoke from continuing upwards. And I think it looks really cool. We're also going to do some cupboards up here, and I'm putting buttons just to add a bit of detail, and I think it's coming along great so far. What we're missing is a fridge. I made a little fridge here. When you press the button on top, the dispensers shoot out whatever food is inside. So for now, I've just put in some berries, but eventually we can go ahead and put whatever we want in there. The kitchen itself is turning out really cute. I added a little mini table here. I've added a cookie, a lantern. It's looking nice, but it is also looking like a lot of spruce wood. So I'm thinking we should add some nature to it. And I'm thinking glowberries might do the trick. So here we've gotten some glowberries into place, and I'm gonna let them grow out on their own since they do that pretty quickly anyways, and I've ran out of bone meal. But once they grow, hopefully we'll get some berries in there as well, and I think it'll light up the place so we don't have to do any torches or anything. Now that we've decorated this area, let's focus our attention over here, and I'm thinking maybe some armor stands could be fun. So here's 3 armor stands, and let's take a look at what we can display on them. Here, we've gotten our first set of diamond armor. We can just put that on this one over here. And to add some final touches, I'm thinking we could do some carpeting. That will look really nice and fill up some space, especially up front since there's pretty much nothing here yet. So here we have the final result. It's not completely done yet, but for now, I think it looks great. And eventually, when we get more things, we can go ahead and finish it up. Oh my gosh. What's this? I literally just came over here to check on my honey, and I noticed that someone has left something for me. My queen, justice has been served. I offer the queen bee armor to thee for your protection. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love this. Hold on a sec. What this? It's enchanted netherite armor. What? Oh, that looks cute! It kind of matches my skin even with the stripes. This is amazing. Whoever left this, I love you. You're amazing. Thank you. Heads are just so cool. Look at this. It's literally a bee. I love it so much. This is amazing. Let's go display it. We have armor stands now. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. It's perfect just how it is. This is great. This queen bee is certainly getting all suited up, and I cannot wait to get the opportunity to use this new armor set. So we're back here in the lovely shopping district, and oh my gosh, things have changed so much. Everyone has started building their shops except me, so we got to get on that. Over here, I've done a bit of work by collecting some resources. I put them all nicely in the chest, but once again, the one thing I'm missing is honeycomb, and that's quite sad. Come on, guys, I'm literally the queen bee. I have to be drowning in honey, not struggling to make a living here. The reason I'm struggling to get honey is because I can only get it while I'm online. While I'm AFK or while I'm not online, I can't get anything because the bees might produce, but I can't be there to shear it every single time. Which is why we have to make our first redstone mechanic ever. Yes, don't tell me. I know it's sad that I've never made a redstone contraption in my life, but that's why we're gonna fix it today. And as much as I'd love to start building now, we need honeycomb for the roof. So we have to go ahead and build the farm first. But since we're in the area, I want to show you guys a recent update to the server, which I absolutely love. If we head up this way, we can see that there's a new teleportation option, Interstellar Cosmetics. And look at this. This is gonna be so fun. We have all different kinds of wings that we can wear, different accessories, all sorts of things, and I absolutely want to collect literally everything. And I, the queen bee, am so honored because there is wings after me. Look at that. Stellar wings inspired by Stellar. Let's bring the sweet and sunny. Those are gorgeous. Unfortunately for me, they seem to be very expensive. Like, look at the prices on these. Like, how is anyone supposed to afford this? The more reason that we gotta get this shop set up ASAP because I need all of these. I have to collect them all. Forget about Pokemon. But there's not only wings here, which is really cool. We got all sorts of things. Here we have the Ender Dragon armor, which is so cool. We have different things here as well, such as like a frog collection. We've got some tails and ears, all sorts of different things. And I love that there's so much to explore. So from my understanding, the ones that don't say limited on them are probably gonna stay here forever, and then these ones aren't. So we gotta get going on these ones first to ensure that we have them. Well, aside from mine over there are other wings inspired by content creators, and I believe these ones here will be on rotation if I'm not mistaken. You know guys, playing vanilla Minecraft is really fun, but sometimes when you get these exciting changes like this, it's just so fun. And honestly, I think it would be really cool if eventually we made like a museum of some sorts to display all of them. While most things in that shop is pricey, I did find a few cheaper things, and I also got some lovely people to gift me a few things, so I'd love to show you what I've collected so far. We'll start off with the Ender Dragon boots, which are enchanted. By the way, some really good enchants here. And they look really cool. And although they're not my style, I would love to just have it just because I kind of want to collect every single thing that exists. Next, we've got these angel wings. And... Huh? What? Okay, that's better. I think some of these wings only work when you put it in the shield slot because you can also put it in the head slot as well. You can't put it on the other parts. So I guess it really depends which accessory we're using. But these ones are really cool as well. Just some nice angel wings. They're really huge lengthwise though, which is really funny. Next, we've got the draconic wings, and these are really cool as well. These are like meant to be like if you're cosplaying as a dragon, I guess, and they are really adorable. Then this set here is really cute. You can have cat ears and a cat tail, and it's so cool. Just look at that. And I absolutely love that there's a little bow on the ears. It's just so cute. Next, I got the content creator TC wings, and these are really cool as well. Very like lava, magma, never style. And wow, they're just look at the back. It's amazing. The details on this. Next, we've got the violet bow, and I'm assuming that I can use it just like a regular bow. I just don't have the arrows to test it out, but we'll get to it eventually. And finally, the ones that I'm most excited about, stellar wings. They match me so perfectly. Look how cute. Look, Dandelion, I've got some brand new wings. Aren't they adorable? I'm gonna be wearing these like all the time now that I have them. I just wish I could use them as an elytra, but I don't think they work that way if I'm not mistaken. They're just an accessory cosmetic thing. They don't actually have a function, but it would be really cool if they did add them in the future. Oh, right, I completely forgot to show you guys this. This is my official kingdom banner, and I think it turned out really cool. I did a bit of playing around with different things, and I feel like this design was the nicest out of all of them. I did some like black triangle things, kind of to look like the stingers that the bees have. I did a sunflower in the center because that's the flower that represents us best, and even an orange background, and it makes it perfect for our kingdom. Which actually reminds me, guys, we need to get a name for this place. I've been just calling it our kingdom, our base, but like, what kind of queen can I be if I don't have a kingdom name? Which is where I would love your help. If you have any suggestions for some really cute kingdom names around the ideas of honey, bees, you know, all of that, anything that goes with my vibe, please leave it in the comments below and I will take a look at which ones sound adorable and I like, and maybe if you're lucky, yours will be chosen. As much as I could look at cosmetics all day, we gotta get going. I have to build the shop and the farm, so let me show you what I'm thinking. I already have a design in mind, and originally I was planning to do it here, but when testing on creative mode, I realized the design I made was way too big for this mountain. What I mean by this is I made kind of a giant honeycomb, and then I want to do the farm inside that because like while I could just build a farm, I need the aesthetic, guys. I can't work under non-aesthetic circumstances. I'm thinking this might be a weird or risky idea because obviously it's not the safest place, but what if we did it right there? Crazy, right? But hear me out. Look, if we remove the lava there and light it all up so it's safe, I'm thinking we're gonna do a giant honeycomb in this wall here. We'll remove like this pillar in the center and then we'll continue pushing inwards so that way we have space to the farm. It's definitely an interesting idea and I think we should go ahead and give it a shot. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into a time lapse. So as you can see, I've been very busy and I have pretty much almost finished this entire thing here. As you can see, I made a giant honeycomb and I think it looks absolutely adorable. I still have a couple touch-ups I need to do, such as fill in some blocks. I missed a few in the glass over there, but overall it's pretty much complete. So let me show you guys a close-up. So currently to get there, it's a bit complicated. I'm just jumping in the water here and there, and then I'm climbing up that. But obviously it's not the most aesthetic thing ever, so we will have to get that done eventually. And I'd also like to texture the walls a bit, maybe give a bit more depth, because it's very plain right now. Not to mention it's not even done. I have to circle back this way and finish it off, but I just haven't had the time to do so because this on its own took probably around like 3 hours to do. This turned out to be a way bigger project than I thought it was gonna be, but honestly anything is worth it as long as my bees are happy. The plan is pretty simple. I have like 7 different circles lined up here, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna extend the honeycomb, separating them into different chambers in a way, and each one of these are gonna have a different bee farm, so I have multiple of them going at once. Like I've stated before, this is my first time doing a redstone contraption, so I don't know exactly how everything works. Luckily, I found a tutorial to do it for me, and I will link it in the description below if you would like to check out their video and do it on your own. Perfect, let's start here right at the bottom and not waste any time and get right into it. I, the queen bee, have managed to make my first redstone contraption, and I am so proud of myself. Although I did use a tutorial to make this farm, I had to make a few adjustments, such as putting mud at the bottom, and I added another layer of hoppers with chests since items sometimes wouldn't catch in the regular hoppers over there. I even had to re-click the redstoning a few times because the dispensers weren't working, but it works now, and that's what matters. If we take a look, I have a bunch of honey over here, and I have some more over here, so we're actually starting to get a decent amount, and we can start selling things in the shop soon. But we can't exactly sell anything if we don't have a place to sell, so we have to go and build it because now that I have so much honey, I can make honeycomb blocks and I can finally do the roofing. Here we are back at the shopping district and we are all set to go. Materials have been gathered, we have our plot, so let's not waste any time and hop into yet another time lapse. And with that, everyone, my shop is officially complete. Here we have our beautiful build, and I know I said this last episode too, but it's the best thing I've ever made. I feel like I took detailing to a whole other level, adding so many buttons, trapdoors, shelves, just to make this feel more full, and I think I did an excellent job. Of course, every good shop requires the perfect name, so I have decided to name this the Queen Bee's Hive, and I feel like it fits my vibe perfectly. On the interior, I have a bunch of barrels, and there's a ladder to get upwards. So we have a second floor up here, and then finally we have the third one here. So there's plenty of space to sell a lot of things, and I don't even know if I have that many things to sell, so we're gonna have to figure something out. Oh, how rude of me, I forgot to introduce you all to my brand new friend. In episode 1, we actually found a hive somewhere that way, and that was the first bee I found on the server. And I decided to go back and get her because I promised I would, and I think she's gonna be the perfect little guardian for our little shop here. And while the build looks pretty and all, we do have to get going on actually selling something. Luckily for us, our farm has been doing a lot of work and I have plenty of honey that we can begin selling. Between building, I also went ahead and did a bit of scouting of the other shops just to get an idea of how the economy works, what should I price the things, and I think I've come up with some reasonable prices for my items. We're going to start off with these two, honeycomb and honey bottles. Honeycomb is going to be a bit cheaper than the honey bottles just because it's easier to get honeycomb, and I also had to craft the bottles for the honey, so I feel like it's worth a bit more. So we have the honey bottles here. I put 192 to start off with, and they're each $20, and now we can do the exact same thing for the honeycomb. And we can just put all the honeycomb here. We're selling these ones for $15 each and these ones here for $20 each. I feel like those are fair prices if I'm not mistaken. Amazing. These two are going to be our main exports, but I do have a few other things I'm thinking of selling. So let's go back to the base and grab them real quick. So I've done a little bit of digging in my storage room and I found a few things that I think we could sell. To continue the honey trend, I'm thinking we're going to do some honey blocks, honeycomb, beehives, and the regular bee nests. Following that, I'd like to do a floor where I do some naturey things, and since I had a lush cave nearby, I figured we can do some of those things. Some glowberries, moss, drip leaf, all of that stuff. And finally, since I live in a birch biome, I'm finding so many wildflowers, and I know these ones are really common, so I'm gonna sell these for like really cheap, just so like, you know, if someone doesn't want to go and pick them themselves, it's convenient and it's not pricey at all. And there we have it. Everything in the shop has an official place. It's all organized, tucked away, and it's absolutely perfect. I tried to divide this place into 3 sections just like there's 3 floors. So we have the first floor, which is primarily all honey-based things, you know, beehives, honeycomb, all of that. On the second floor here, we have things that are more moss and lush cave stuff. And then on the third floor, we have all the things that fit in nowhere else. So we have like some wildflowers, sunflowers, firefly bushes, and I think that I did an amazing job. Alright everyone, and that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please go ahead and comment down below kingdom names, and I will see you all on the next one. Goodbye!